Hey there! In this video, I want to respond to a message I recently received from somebody. In this message, he said, when people look at my appearance, they just run. Now, when he was going through his message, then he said, I don't understand why people run away from me. So I thought it was really interesting. And first of all, I have to say for this person, amazing job for you to being so open and honest about feeling like this. It is really amazing when people start to acknowledge something like that. And a big part of why I'm so proud of people doing something like that is that means they are ready for change, but are also ready for challenging themselves and to create a life that is better for them. So my name is Marcus and I'm a life coach, and I really help people with communication, relationships, building confidence, and also getting in life what it is that they want. So I want to go back to this story, and I want to highlight some reasons why stories like this start to happen in our lives, and also then the potential things that we can do to turn these stories around. Now, it is really important to understand that people that feel that way, it might not necessarily even be true that they are unattractive. And in fact, I looked at this person's profile on Facebook and I actually saw that he's got a lot of friends. So not everybody is running away from him at all. So you can start to see already here that there's a story developing in his own mind. Also because first he says people are running away because of my appearance, and then he says, well, I don't know why people are running away from me. So you can start to see that slowly you can start to pick this little story apart that this person has been telling himself. Now, it's also very true that some people who are deemed to be attractive by today's standards still feel that way. But it's not just about looks when people start to feel this. It could be about intelligence, on how smart they are. So there's a lot of people that have stories in their mind that are starting to negatively influence their lives. So how do we create these stories, and how these stories come into existence? There's a few reasons why this is happening. First of all is experience. For example, if a person is not doesn't think that they're very intelligent, it could be because they've been surrounded by people that are scoring better marks in school or college. Or they have a family that believes that to be deemed to be intelligent, that they need to score certain marks at school, and if they don't have those, then they're obviously going to think that they're not intelligent and not smart. And the same happens with feeling good looking. Now, in our world that we live in, there are certain standards that we think are making a man beautiful, right? There's different ones, but one of them is that you need to have muscles and smooth chest and lots of tattoos, maybe, for example, right? So if you don't fit into that, then it is easy for you to start to feel you are not beautiful. But also other people will measure you against those standards. Yeah. So you can see here that there are different reasons why we feel we don't meet the standards. First of all, we have these standards ourselves, and that's why we are feeling we don't conform to what is deemed to be beautiful, or the experience of people around us and the way we're being judged is telling us that we're not attractive. And of course, this can happen to everybody. Like I said, you don't then need to be conforming to that ideal image, but even people that conform to that ideal image, they are still, it's still possible that people like that feel unattractive. So experience and our environment are key factors on why we develop these stories. So what is it that you can do about something like that? First of all, you have to accept that you cannot change the world. It is going to be really difficult for you to tell people that have a certain belief system that they don't fit, or that they have to change it. it's also going to be really difficult for us to actually change this ideal image that there is in our society. And you know what, we all judge other people, we do that ourselves too, so even there it's like, you know, people shouldn't be judging on looks and appearances. Well, let's face it, we all do it, maybe not on that, but like I said, if we are considering that we're not smart enough or not good enough, we're not judging on something that we can see, but we still are judging. So we all do this all the time. So even saying you shouldn't judge people is not always going to help. So the key thing is, and there's the consistency in this, and you can see this when we're starting to talk about these things. The thing is that we are always measuring ourselves by standards which are external to us, whether it's an ideal image or somebody that is telling us that we are not smart enough or good enough or attractive enough or intelligent enough. We are looking for external factors to validate how we feel about ourselves. Now, we don't do this consciously, we do this unconsciously. And the interesting thing about a human being is we are more likely to compare ourselves with people that make us feel bad compared to people that can make us feel good. So we are reinforcing those negative beliefs that we have about ourselves over and over again. So these are really the key things you need to start to be aware of. Stop comparing yourself and measuring yourself externally. Don't try to change things externally. And this is really where the solution comes in. You have to start to focus on transforming the story that you're telling yourself into a different and more positive story. Everybody in the world has got an amazing quality that makes them attractive. You know, and let's face it, let's look at it differently, right? People get paid to be attractive, like models, but people also get paid because they are really business savvy, right? But some people have a really great value in being a parent or a partner, right? So there's a lot of different things that makes us a great person and that makes us valuable to other people. So one of the things you can start to do if you feel like this is you need to start to consider what your personal strength is, what your value is that you can contribute to your own life, to the lives of those around you, but also for the greater good. So that's a starting point. Another thing you can start to do is you can start to do techniques that will help you transform those negative beliefs into more positive beliefs. And I know it is possible, and I've seen it happen over and over again. So that is really it. That's all I have to say. So for me, just as a summary, the challenge that we often have when we think we're not good enough, not attractive enough, not smart enough, is that we're measuring ourselves by external standards, but we really need to start to focus internally. And that means we need to start to look for our own greatness, our own amazing things that we can contribute. And also we need to consider how we can start to change and challenge those limiting self-beliefs that we have about ourselves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with friends that you think can benefit from this, but I'd love to hear some of your comments and feedback about what you think of it, and if there's something that you want me to address for you. For now, that's all, and I look forward to see you either on my Instagram or on my Facebook page in my group. I'll see you soon.